text films from the makers of sound books. Toward emotional maturity, away from Nicole Richie. Featuring the psychological comedy stylings of Sorensen and Malm. Oh, wah, 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 get in the car.
The last big dance of the year is over.
Emptiness overwhelms you.
Tonight is the most wonderful spring night you ever knew, Sally.
Message redacted.
The air is so soft, and Hank is such a nice guy.
Now that his dad's rich.
Let's go to Mountain Park for a while and look at the moon. We can turn off at Hatfield.
Let's decide when we get to Hatfield. All right?
Okay.
Schnookums.
You could have impulsively answered yes or no.
But that would have been helpful.
Why didn't you, Sally? Was it because you have learned to recognize when your own emotions want to take over?
Or were you waiting for the signal from your Soviet controller?
It wasn't too long ago when you started to think about your emotions objectively.
I feel things.
There was that day in class. Hank was there, too.
He turned state's evidence against you.
May I have your attention, please?
We've got trouble, right here in River City.
You are wondering what today's lesson will be about.
Not really, as I am now.
Today's lesson in psychology is going to be about emotions.
And how to second them.
Now, we all start with a primary set. And as we grow older, we acquire more of them.
Like Commander Data.
We've all read about Bluebeard's closet and Pandora's box.
And Annie's attic.
Most of us know the fascination of locked places and hidden things.
Oh, yes.
That fascination is probably the emotional side of our curiosity.
Or some crap like
Would
that.
you like to know what's in the box? All right. Why don't you come up around the table?
Come on, get into it. Push each other. Nothing says emotions like a box of your own filth. Hope they like Legos. Look out! He's more crafty than the other beasts of the field the Lord God has made. Oh, it's just Lucifer.
You've just experienced emotion.
Congratulations.
Unreasoning, illogical emotion.
Can I have a drop slip? Woman plus emotions equals broken
Think
stuff.
now. Do you think that I'd turn loose a poisonous snake in the classroom?
2 days in a row?
Only association would cause you to feel the emotion of fear at the sight of a harmless snake.
Your stupid minds. Stupid.
Emotion can so work on us that under its stimulus, we may sometimes perform feats of almost superhuman strength.
Yeah, like knocking over a 15-pound wooden desk. Wow. Okay, for the next lesson, I'll need you all to strip naked and meet me in the boiler room. And now the scorpions.
Now, would you like to come up around the table and see what's in the second box?
Could you stop torturing us, please?
Most of you now plainly show the results of emotional conditioning. A box held a snake. You don't like snakes. So now, you associate a box with a snake.
Sodite?
Or with some possible danger.
We're allergic to puppies.
Many experiences condition us emotionally.
Others are
A bitten
just
child
stupid.
may fear a dog. Or a howling dog may make us feel lonely. A train whistle at night, the ticking of an old clock, a word may bring an emotional response.
Words like
Those
animal
puppies
abuse.
reminded you of your own Cappy. Cappy rarely changes his feelings toward you.
He loathes you.
He's friendly and loyal, and you feel the same way toward him.
But mostly you both eat a
You
lot.
wouldn't tolerate anyone hurting a single hair of his shaggy coat.
This gives your enemies an advantage.
Yet how quickly your emotions changed while walking with Cappy that afternoon.
He betrayed you for 30 pieces of kibble.
You saw the familiar convertible rolling by.
You ordered a drive-by on your own dog.
Hank was smiling. There was an attractive girl beside him. A stranger. She sat so close to him, she was practically in his lap.
Look out! Emotions!
How could he, the deceitful? You yanked poor Cappy along behind you.
For 11
the
takes.
Cappy you love. You were hurt, furious, and indignant all at once.
You were
You
hurry-usnant.
were jealous.
Don't get emotions all over the nice new rug.
You felt completely alone.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer, you
Deserted.
monster. Mom is Stephen
Any
Fry
other
in
time,
drag.
You would have been the first at the phone, just in case it was Hank. But now jealousy had swept away your common sense.
A woman overcome by emotions? This doesn't ring true. Go away, I'm emotioning!
Fortunately, your mother has a sense of humor.
Or a behavioral disorder. On top of everything, you've been rejected by Villanova. Hank's sister is loving a college ghost for the necklace. Hank had to mask the ghost. Lemon's mildew was the half-sister. Hank says 7:30 okay to puck you.
And you hoped Hank never found out what a fool your emotions had made of you.
You made a note to have Geordi deactivate the chip once you returned to the Enterprise.
You came to realize what your parents mean to you.
A sobering revelation.
How pleasant the feeling of emotional security is. The mutual love and respect you all share and take for granted.
If I'm not eating steak in 4 minutes, Christmas is canceled. Is hungry an emotion? Dogs are very well behaved when you snap their spine.
Loving others and being loved is a good feeling. A feeling everyone wants to share.
Especially your creepy Uncle Pete. Yes, emotional maturity means swallowing your true feelings deep inside and pretending your life is perfect. Use household chores like hanging curtains to distract you from the sins you've committed against one another. And always, always be nice instead of being honest. Good night. Later in hell. See what emotions lead to?
Then there was the night your schoolmates shared a different, ugly emotion. Hate.
Your youth group burned down the Reichstag.
Everybody was whooping it up at the rally. The excitement about the coming game built up to a frenzy of enthusiasm.
Just a typical honors club
Then
meeting.
someone started a whispered rumor that twisted excitement into something else.
2.5 Men has been renewed for a 6th season.
What made them pick that particular teacher's house? What reason did anyone have to start such a thing?
It was Thursday.
As a stone smashed the window, you saw how hysteria turns individuals into a mob.
The 7th graders voiced their objection to green beans in the hot lunch program.
You were amazed to see sudden impulses rob normally decent people of their values.
Values like segregation and chauvinism.
That night, you and Hank kept your emotional balance and remained rational.
You buried Mr. Peters in the next
so you
county.
learned that it isn't always easy to think things out in the heat of the moment.
Pancakes!
And you'll never forget that day in the fencing class, Sally, when you found out how uncontrollable and intense emotion can be.
You forgot your pants. Parry, thrust, on guard, etc.
Your opponent's dogged parrying seemed perfect, tireless. Again and again, she moved just a little faster than you.
I mean, you really sucked.
Your
Wow.
intense frustration boiled up inside you and then suddenly erupted into white anger.
Honky please.
You wanted to injure her and then caught control of yourself.
Bah, I'll just get her later with a polo
It left
mallet.
you sick to your stomach. And even now you wince when you think of it.
Are you thinking of it now?
No, you never want to feel that way again, Sally.
Scientology can help.
It wasn't easy learning to stop and think things out when strong emotion possesses you.
That's probably why you failed.
But that's the real test of whether you are learning to handle your emotions.
Let's just go on home, shall we, Hank?
You're the boss.
You sure you won't mind?
Of course I mind.
So this whole movie was one big C block? Harsh. Let's go catch up with the gang. I think they're burning crosses tonight.
You've learned through experience that no matter how deep the emotion is, you don't have to let it take you over.
You hear that, Chris Crocker?
You have come to realize that by bringing calm reasoning to emotional questions, your decisions will be what you really want them to be.
Confusing to men. Yes, emotional maturity. And it all started with a snake in a box. Wait, what the hell?
You're starting to think about your emotions, Sally, and you are on the way toward emotional maturity.
Now let's get to work on that golf swing. Okay, now let's break up into small groups and discuss the many ways this film has hurt us.